Alright, so I see a lot of you say. Alright, so I see a lot of you sending me screenshots. Man, that man is possible. The grandparents can be used for the DNA test. Look at the question you are asking, chat. He said, can a grandmother be used for the DNA of a grandchild? Of course, the grandmother can be used. But is that the right question to ask? When you see that man, hey, grandmother, this is the question. Let me show you. Why use that same chat GTP? For paternity fraud, if the assumed father of the boy child is dead, who can be used for the DNA test between the grandfather of the boy child or the grandmother of the boy child? For paternity, paternity means papa. Do you understand? Paternity means papa. I will rephrase again. For paternity fraud, if the assumed father is dead, which is Mobad, if the assumed father of the boy child is dead, which is Mobad, who can be used for the DNA test between the grandfather of the child or the grandmother of the child? Answer. In a case of paternity fraud, where the alleged father is deceased, which is Mobad, a DNA test can still be conducted using close biological relatives of the deceased, such as the grandparents. Here is how it works. Best option between grandfather and grandmother. The paternal grandfather, that is the father's father, Mobad Papa, is generally the better option for DNA testing over the grandmother. Here is why. Why STR DNA test for male child? If the boy child is male, a YSTR, Y chromosome test, can be done between him and the paternal grandparents. The Y chromosome is passed unchanged from father to son. That means from Baba Mobad to Mobad. The Y chromosome is passed unchanged from Baba Mobad to Mobad. So if the deceased man was the biological father, the boy and the grandfather should have a matching chromosome. So it is not possible to say if you use woman to test that one to show say na him get the son. But let's continue. Now for the grandmother, empty DNA not useful in this case. The grandmother mitochondrial DNA, empty DNA, is not useful for proving paternity because empty DNA is passed from mother to child, that is the normal one, and not used and not from father to child. So it cannot decide. But we'll continue. Other testing option if grandfather is unavailable. So you see the grandfather is the main option. Other testing if the grandfather is not available, right? If the paternal grandfather is not available, alternative option include sibling DNA test. If the deceased man has known biological siblings, testing the boy against them can help. Autopsy sample or preserved DNA, like as Mobad did like that when see the still go exhume and still go carry some parts use. If medical or legal authorities have preserved the deceased man's biological sample, paternity index test using both grandparents can also improve accuracy. That is, if at all, they will have to use Baba Mobad and Mama Mobad. But in this case, they claim they went to use Mama Mobad. But we continue. Now, summary of everything. Summary, option. Useful for paternity testing. Listen, paternal grandfather, yes. Best for male child via YSTR. Paternal grandmother, limited. Not conclusive alone. For the father, the accuracy, for the grandfather, the accuracy will be a little bit more to point, say, yes. Now my son born this son. Now Mobad now born this boy. But for the mother, it is not conclusive. The percentage will be very, very low. Now, both grandparents better together. It increases accuracy via combined comparison. So tell me how it is possible. Say Mama Mobad, now they use tests whether the beginner for Mobad or not. It's impossible. So how did they get that result? Secondly, please post the results. Let's see it. See how wicked these people are. Now, why did you need to do it privately if they get hand clean? Why did they need to do it privately? And how did Iyabo come to a conclusion that na Mobad blood, where even the grandmother percentage cannot decide say na Mobad kid pikin? So how did you know? Need I remind you, the ball of contention here is not even the DNA. The DNA is just one part of the investigation. Now because of saying na Nigeria, I swear to God, normally as Mobad buy like that, the first place where they go on a wife, bro. Especially when they're beginning they are young. So it's just a simple thing. What if, as Mobad discover, they push on? If they had done that DNA, we don't leave that one with the go. There's no problem. Do you understand? Why did they need to say all those things about Baba Mobad? Pushing different agenda. They make the social media to bully Baba Mobad, insulted him, ridiculed that man to the point where they talk say Baba Mobad not being born Mobad. They push the agenda. And at the end of the day, these people sneak. Go do this DNA. Now, my question to Iyabo Joe. From the whole chat, I swear to God who made me, you were not looking for justice for Mobad. I don't care anything the whole Nigerians want to talk. I need to tell you, you were not looking for justice for Mobad. And again, in this whole chat, now only you they talk to Wumi. Dr. Dike was not speaking with her. Sam Clark was not speaking with her. Kesolo wasn't speaking with her. Aloma was not speaking with her. At some point, he said he talked to her somehow. Aloma was speaking with her. Then Dre, the only people where they know about something, it is Dre, Aloma, and you. Iyabodu. Dre, Davido, Aloma, DMW, and you. Iyabodu, waiting that day tell you say about to that boy. If we are in an advanced country, they're supposed to lock you up by now. Because you obstructed justice for that boy. How did you do it? Because of the court of the public opinion that you people decided to push a narrative and agenda, therefore distracting the police of the right thing where police do. We all know, say in Nigeria, if something happen for here, all the people there around the police, they come back them. We all know this. But in this Mobad case, na lie. The wife nothing, they no touch am. Those three boys in the car, so they at some point when everybody, they don't lock Naira, they don't lock say Prime Boy, they don't lock everybody. Those boys, one of them inside the car still have the audacity to be doing live video that period. If Papa Mobad get money, like I said, everybody for the house that day, they for pack them. Immediately he came and he saw his son lying lifeless on the ground. They will pack everybody, see they explain what's by Mobad. And secondly, if this girl hand clean, why did she need to push another narrative against what happened in that house? Why did she say from the first day that see, Mobad reacted to injection. Mobad, we came back home. ABCD happened to Mobad. Then we decided to call the nurse. Then Mobad, they took an injection. That would have saved everybody from all of this. But it is because I want to believe, in my own opinion, from all this drama, it is because someone wants to hide something. And Iyabo, with the way you have so much influence of them, you were so keen on protecting the truth. What is that thing that they told you? Tell Nigerians. Tell Nigerians what she told you that happened to that boy. And again, to the NSA, Oganu Ribadu. You see this matter, Iyabo is trying to evade justice. That's why she sent you a letter. We said we'll send. If it means we will protest, we will mad protest for Abuja. That case cannot move from that station. It can't. And at the end of the day, this matter will start again. Everybody where did the house, we will come. We won't know what to do about 48 to 24 hours of the house. First of all, they say a Prime Boy in that camp. Prime Boy don't do anything. They all kept quiet. Why Prime Boy stayed 4 months in jail, not knowing that Prime Boy never touched the boy. You see the way these people do drama in order to push a narrative. You all will learn, but Iyabo, tell us which test you say you do, and bring that test where you do lessons. You people should post it, let's see how you arrive that a Mobad picking from using in grammar one, which is not possible. Which percentage did they show you? Waiting will me tell you where they protect Iyabo. You will learn. I swear, you will learn the hard way. Don't play.